Hello everybody, welcome back to round 10 of the 2013 season. It's season 3 of my 2013 career mode. It's the Hungarian Grand Prix. Before the video starts, let's check out the championship standings. Vettel and Alonso, not much to separate them at the top of the table. James Early sitting in 3rd place ahead of his teammate Kimi Räikkönen going into this round. I was debating whether Lewis Hamilton was still in the championship fight. I'd say he is. He's only just over 50 points behind Sebastian Vettel, and we still have pretty much half the season to go. And it's ever so close in the Constructors. Mercedes, though, after their 1-2 finish at the previous round, they are a distance clear of Lotus in 2nd, Red Bull just behind in 3rd place. Race information for Hungary. It is dry for Saturday, but there is rain on Sunday, which is going to spice up the race. And qualifying 1 is about to begin here. No rain on the radar. As the bold man looking at the front right of my car. He's, I don't know, he's doing something. He's doing something. I imagine it's important. A very important job that he's doing. My prediction for Quali is we're going to get a top 3 in qualifying. That's what we're going to aim for. The twisty circuit? What? The twisty corners, the circuit at the Hungaroring usually suits my driving style. Early on in the session, Hulkenberg quickest right now with a 23.1. So I'm out on the circuit in a little bit of traffic, so I'll give myself some space. That was terrible. My God, that was terrible. Terrible run through turn 1. Even with that terrible run through the first sector, I am purple. And up towards the line with the first lap on the board, a 23.2. That's 1.8 off Alonso. Alonso will be on the same tyres as me as well, which are the prime tyres. Let's go for another lap. Ericsson, what are you doing? Hulkenberg all over the place here as he moves out the way. Better lap, up by a second through the first 2 sectors and across the line, a 21.7. But within 3 or 4 tenths of Alonso. That's a much better time. And as the checkered flag falls on the first qualifying session, it's Alonso topping the session with Bianchi in 2nd. Bianchi, though, will be on the option tyres, I imagine, whilst Alonso and Hamilton and the likes of the top runners on the primes. Räikkönen does move ahead of me later on in the session by only a tenth of a second. So he's 6th, early in 8th place. Drivers knocked out. I don't even need to check. It's only checking the order of these backmarker drivers. It's always going to be the same drivers knocked out. Nasser, Van Dorn, Ericsson, Bottas, Wehrlein and Gutierrez. And now we move on to qualifying 2, where the top 10 drivers will go through to the main shootout. And we're on the option tyres. If Q1's anything to base it on, I think a decent lap here. We can get through. As we head out onto circuit a few minutes into the session, so not everybody's set a time yet. But right now, out of the 8 drivers that have set a time, Bianchi is topping the timetable. The timetable? Table of times? It was a steady lap. I think it was okay. A decent time. 21.1 is a fraction slower than Bianchi. I think we need to be faster than him to get through. And that's purple through the first sector. Much improved on my previous lap. Well, Vettel and Alonso 3rd and 4th. Is Bianchi really that quick? Maybe the Ferraris are upgraded. And across the line we go with this purple lap. It's a 20.3 and we're a distance clear of the chasing pack. It should be good enough, comfortably good enough to get through to Q3. And Early tops the session. James Early may be on for a pole position today. He's ahead of Alonso by a tenth of a second. Räikkönen almost a quarter of a second off his teammate. Then it's Hamilton and the rest of the top 10. The Marussia of Willpower once again up there. Both Ferraris into Q3 today. 1 McLaren in, which is Perez. Magnussen knocked out. Verstappen and Sainz, who have been very closely matched this season, at least in qualifying, 12th and 13th. Then it's the 2 Benettons, 14th and 15th, with Will Stevens yet again in 16th place. The provisional pole right now from Alonso, a 20.2, which is a fraction of a second quicker than what I set in Q2. And that is the benchmark. And through the first timing line, it is purple. It is up by almost a tenth of a second on Alonso. And through the second timing line, it is down by a tenth and a half. That's Early, rounding the final corner on his first lap in Q3. Is it good enough to topple Alonso's time? That's the question. No, it's not. He's 4 tenths down and in 4th place. We can go again here. Got enough time. Oh, Alonso, what are you doing? Well, he's blocked me on my flying lap, and that'll ruin my qualifying. No chance I'm getting pole position now. Ride those curbs. Who is this geezer? Oh, it's Vettel. Vettel blocking me as well. Right, it's my 2 championship rivals doing what they can to ruin Early's qualifying attempts. We have time for just 1 more lap, but the tyres are going to be quite worn. I'm not sure if they'll be in a healthy condition, but here we go. Well, I was purple. I've just gone white at turn 4, so that's ruined that. And Alonso, the slimy fella, gets pole position ahead of his teammate Hamilton. Alonso improved on his time in that last run. It was a 20 flat, which would have been faster than my Q2 time anyway. I was down on my Q2 time. And Vettel, Raikkonen ahead of me as well. So early starts in 5th. Then it's Kubica, Power, Bianchi, Rosberg in 9th, and Sergio Perez in 10th position. And now we did say pre-race or pre-weekend that there was going to be rain. 39% chance of rain for this race. 70 lap race as well. It's a long, long race. Option prime, option, a 3-stop. I don't know what it's going to be with this rain. It depends when the actual rain starts to fall. If it's early on in the race, we'll have to pit obviously earlier on for the inters. Later on, the same thing, but later in the race. Let's get into it. Well, there's only one more thing to do, and that's go racing. The 2013 Hungarian Grand Prix is next. There we go. Starting in 5th place, I want to win this race. 4 lights, 5 lights are on, and we are underway for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Early in Raikkonen, the two teammates getting similar starts. And to the inside goes Bianchi, who's had a very strong start on the run down towards turn 1. Early looks to break on the outside. Maybe get a late braking move on Vettel around the outside. But Vettel, the German, blocking the outside line. So Early switches to the inside for the exit of the first corner. And gets a move done on Vettel. But has lost out to Kubica now in 4th place. We look to the inside of Kubica into turn number 2. And that is Early up to 4th place. Right behind his teammate Raikkonen. As the two Mercedes running away with things at the front. Vettel, though, a terrible start. Kimi let James through for the championship. I repeat, James is faster than you. Can you confirm you understood that message? We've had a opening lap retirement. It's Will Power once again throwing away a good qualifying result. The driver who has so much promise. He's got so much pace, as you can see from his results in qualifying. But in race trim, it just doesn't really work out for him. Now, my concern early on here is the tyres I use for Q3, which I put almost 4 laps onto, are the ones I'm using for the race right now. So my tyre wear is going to be quite excessive for this opening stint. But if I could just stay close to the top 3, I think I'll be happy. And Vettel has moved past Robert Kubica, so the Red Bull into 5th place. That is the championship leader. Right now, though, if things stay as they are, Alonso will take the championship lead. Whoa, slided through the second to last corner as I'm just trying to put down the power, keep the pressure on my teammate. We have DRS enabled now, and I should be within 1 second of my teammate in front, and I am. Now, I don't want to cause friction in the team, but I feel like Raikkonen's holding me up right now, and there is a gap forming between Raikkonen and 2nd place Lewis Hamilton. So I think Kimi, really, for the championship, needs to move out the way here. Oftentimes, Hungary is the longest race on the calendar. At least it feels that way. I know Monaco is probably longer in terms of time taken, but Hungary always feels like such a slog to me. But if you do get a good result, it feels very rewarding. Up 7 out of 70 already. Still within DRS range of Raikkonen. The tyres about holding on in there. Vettel also within DRS range on James Early. So the pressure is on from the championship leader behind, who had a terrible start to this Grand Prix. We are going to lap 15, I believe, for these tyres. And right now, the tyres look like that. It's the front left that's going to be the big issue here. And that tends to be the case on clockwise circuits, of course. Especially the corner types at the Hungaroring. Those low speed and medium speed corners really putting stress on that front left corner. Starting to lose the back of Raikkonen now as well. I didn't even get DRS on the previous lap. And Vettel getting closer and closer lap after lap. Thankfully, Hungary is such a difficult circuit to overtake at. And Raikkonen is just eking out that gap now, which is unfortunate. I think the leaders are actually encountering traffic already. It must have been somebody who had an early pit stop. There's no way they are just that slow. And that back marker is really slowing down Kimi Raikkonen. He's made contact with Raikkonen. Raikkonen off the circuit and a driver into the wall. And Early up to 3rd place. You can just see at the top right of your picture, Raikkonen clipping the rear right tyre of one of the Williams. And it sends the Williams into the barrier. Raikkonen lucky to get away unscathed. And now Vettel up to 4th place. He's got past Raikkonen as well. He's challenging me around the outside. And no space around there for the German. Oh, what the heck? He just pulled me onto the curb and off the circuit. And Vettel now getting a much better run around the outside of the second to last corner. And the German makes contact with Early. The two rivals in the championship come together. And now I have the outside line for the final corner. And Raikkonen squeezing his way through as well. So I've lost out to two different drivers. 2 places lost there. So we start yet another lap. Going to use DRS, Kurz, Slipstream. I'm going to try and send it back up the inside of Vettel if I can into turn 1. This might be a lock-up. It might send me wide. But we've got it slowed down and back up into 3rd place. There's a bit of desperation from Early, but it worked out. and no damage done to any of the other cars. Bottas has retired from that issue, or incident should I say, with Kimi Räikkönen on the previous lap. Get a call over the radio saying my tyres are heavily worn and that I should box if I need to. And maybe they're right. These tyres destroyed by this point. We might go for an early stop here. We're going to box here on lap 11. It's earlier than the stop was requiring us to stop at lap 15. It's better than nothing. In we go then on lap 11 from third place. And that's the prime tyres going onto the car. Hopefully they'll last much longer than the options. Perfect, really. We're going to rejoin in a lot of clear air in 5th position. And we'll see the true pace I have on these fresh tyres. It's 15.6 to Räikkönen in front. And hopefully we can just eat into that gap before the Lotus driver decides to box. Whoa, the curb on the exit turn 4 really threw me to the wall on the left-hand side. The gap's still around 16.5 seconds to Räikkönen. So even though I have clear air and I am setting my personal best laps, Räikkönen and Vettel in 4th and 3rd place respectively, they are still just as quick as me. And this driver's rejoining. That's Räikkönen. That's Sebastian Vettel into turn 1. And am I going to be behind the German? It looks like I am. Maybe on the run down towards turn 3 though, I can re-overtake him. He is on the fresh option tyres, which is important to note. Switch to the inside, but oh, we're going to go deep here. Lock up, massive lock up, and off I go. And I'm going to lose out to Räikkönen as well. We've had a third retirement of the afternoon. It's Carlos Sainz. The rate we're going, there's only going to be about 10 drivers finishing the race. So Räikkönen and Vettel both on the option tyres. So they won't be on them for more than about 15 laps or 16 laps. These primes that I have on the car can go much further into the race. And hopefully we just get lucky with the rain falling at the right time. There's more traffic ahead, but Räikkönen this time has not collided with them. Although he's struggling to get by them, so that's still a good sign for me. Eventually, though, he's going to surely squeeze his way past the Haas in front. But the Haas is really getting in the way. Thank you very much, Stoffel van Dorn. Oh, and Räikkönen almost making contact with Gutierrez. Oh, Gutierrez, get out the way, mate. Come on. The middle sector, an absolute pain to get through the AI. Really is quite a lot of traffic we're making our way through here. But they've all jumped out the way. Too bad they've not collided with either Räikkönen or Vettel. Felipe Nasser going straight off the circuit to let me through. What a nice gentleman. That's a Hamilton fastest lap. Who's still in second place. He's still behind his teammate. Both the top two Mercedes, they've boxed. We're doing right now just to match the pace of the cars ahead, considering they are on a softer compounded tyres. So things are looking pretty good right now. Hello. Verstappen currently in 6th. You'll remember in the last episode, both Toro Rossos were actually fighting in the top 5, and Carlos Sainz for a long portion of the race was actually in 3rd place. So Verstappen is 6th isn't even a surprise anymore. Kimi's starting to put pressure on Vettel. If they start battling, they'll slow each other down, and that is only to the benefit of me. Now, suddenly Räikkönen picking up the pace. I don't know how or why. These tyres are so worn already. Look at the state of them. We've only been on them for 15 laps. These are supposed to be the prime tyres that last 20, 25, even 30 laps of this race. Yeah, my times are starting to fall off, and the gap to Räikkönen is ever growing. It's not a comfortable point in this race. Oh, there's a yellow flag out. Something's happened. And it's green again. And that's another one out the race. It's Daniel Ricciardo this time. That was what the yellow flag was for. No safety car trigger, unfortunately, though. We could do with a safety car just to bunch the leaders up again. Give me a fighting chance. Where's Magnussen come from? Am I a lap ahead of 12th place Magnussen? Magnussen's sticking with me. And he's a lap down in 12th place. That's the lack of pace I have at this stage of the race. And we got more yellow flags in Sector 2. Is there going to be more retirements from this race? I'm just always hoping it's the leaders, but I don't think anything's happened to them. And that's that is Kimi Räikkönen into the pits. Sebastian Vettel also into the pits, so we're up to 3rd place. I'm thinking, we know there's a 39% chance of rain, so say that's 39% at the end of the race. So it'll start raining. The latest point would be what, like lap 42? 43? If I box now for another set of the prime tyres, they can carry me well into the rain, and we can make a switch over to the intermediates. So that's the plan. Boxing on the end of lap 32 for another set of the prime tyres from 3rd place. We have a lot of action in the pit lane right now, actually. Now we go in 5th position, so we've lost out there to Räikkönen and Vettel once again. Oh, nice, fresh prime tyres. This is what life is truly about. 15 minutes until the light rain hits the circuit. We've got to make these tyres last until that happens. As we put a lap on, Sergio Perez in 12th place. And Rosberg lap down He's in 11th place. And there's a wing on the floor in the middle sector. Oh, please be somebody who I'm racing for. What the heck is going on? 6 cars all going... Lads, what's going on here? Oh my God. It's an absolute... Van Dorn. Should be kicked out of Formula 1 for that, mate. What the heck? That's going to be the thumbnail. Just me in a pile of cars. That's a personal... Oh, it's not even a personal best lap. I don't even know what the gap to Raikkonen is. It looks about 15 seconds to me by looking at the minimap. We're into the second half of the race now. Verstappen's even closing the gap. At one point, it was 40 seconds back to the teenager, and now it's only 22. In confirmation, it is 15 seconds to Raikkonen in front. This race, I thought I could be battling for the win after what happened in qualifying, but no, it seems I'm going to be battling for top 5 with the Toro Rosso of Verstappen. Less than 10 minutes now to that rain. It's been 10 laps on these tyres, so we could do another 10 laps maximum, I'd say, before the tyres just fall off the cliff. We need the rain to arrive, intensify enough for intermediates before that time arrives. So Perez in 7th place behind me. That's a lap down. That's incredible. Verstappen is 41 seconds behind me, and then 2 positions behind me in the table, in the standings, is a whole lap down on me on track. So it's still Alonso leading Hamilton. If Hamilton really wants to stake a claim at this championship after a troublesome start to the year, he needs to start winning races. And right now he's being outperformed by his teammate Alonso yet again. Alonso on course to take the championship lead. 3rd place for Vettel, who is the current championship leader, and 4th place for my teammate Raikkonen. Both of them are on the option tyres, as I now see rain starting to fall on lap 44. We can only hope my pace on the intermediates and maybe even the wet tyres is greatly improved in relation to the AI in front of me. The rain's starting to fall heavier and heavier, but I think we're still a couple laps away from any intermediate tyres. Mate, get out of the way. Ericsson, come on, lad. Come on. We're staying out one more lap and boxing at the end of lap 47 for the Inters. And Vettel now the driver in front. Raikkonen and Vettel both in the pits. I'm going to follow them in here. I wonder what tyres they're putting on. Are they stupid enough to put the dries on? We're going to put the intermediates. So both Raikkonen and Vettel, who pit on the same lap, have put the prime tyres on. Are they mental? Surely it's only going to get wetter and wetter. Maybe it's not intermediate conditions quite yet, but anytime now it will be. And Raikkonen's got the jump on Vettel through the pits as well, so he's in 3rd place. Vettel down to 4th. 20 seconds to Vettel. We need to start closing this gap. But when they pit again, we need to be within that pit stop gap. We've seen more drivers into the pits, but is anybody making the gamble onto the intermediate tyres? Or is it just James Early at this stage? That's a car rejoining. Let's see what tyre they're on. No, that is the prime tyre on Perez's car as we put a lap on him again. Still 20 seconds to Vettel, so I'm setting the same pace as the drive runners right now. So this is the crossover point. 19.2, so we gained a second on the previous lap to Vettel. And now I see a lot of action in pit lane. Are we within a pit stop gap of 3rd and 4th place? And they're into the pits. The gap was 18.6. And Raikkonen's going to rejoin in front. What about Sebastian Vettel? Is Vettel out in front of me? Yes, he is. That's him braking to turn 1 now. We've not done enough. Let's just hope I'm faster on the Inters. Whilst Vettel's getting those tyres up to temperature, Early is pushing. He is pushing like a L, as Jarno Trulli's race engineer once said. And Vettel's got traffic. It's one of the Williams blocking him. And it's the Williams into the pits as well. That's slowed Vettel up big time. And now he's under huge pressure from Early. Onto the main straight we go. We don't have DRS anymore in the conditions, but we do have Kerr's tunes and Slipstream side by side. And ahead of the championship leader we go. And into 4th place. Now, is there a chance at closing up to my teammate Raikkonen and clinching a podium here? And that is 18 laps to go in this race. 4.8 is the gap to Kimi Raikkonen in front. 4.8 the last time across the line. It's 4.7. So we're matching Kimi Raikkonen right now. We definitely gained through the first 2 sectors. I think it's the final sector I lose a bit of time. Gained by 2 whole tenths on the previous lap. If it rains enough for wet tyres, I think that's when we start to shine. Some traffic up ahead. I think drivers getting lapped, and drivers getting lapped. So that's what's going on. Unfortunately, though, Raikkonen's made it through them all already. Yeah, okay, Nazar. How nice you were to move off the circuit for me earlier. And now you just try and let me send it up the inside of turn 4. The state of things right now, I don't think it'll actually get wet enough for the wet tyres. With 13 laps to go in this Grand Prix, would it even be worth a switch? Vettel has been within a second since I overtook him. But that's as close as he's got. He's not made a move. He's not challenged me for position. Raikkonen right now starting to pull away again. Moves that off the... Oh, there's a crash. There's a big crash. It's Will Stevens getting sideswiped by whoever's in front of me. I think it's one of the Toro Rossos, probably Max Verstappen. And it is Max Verstappen who's braking on the inside to try and not let me through. I don't know what he's trying to do here. Eventually he moves out the way, maybe trying to help out the sister team of Red Bull and Sebastian Vettel. I was hoping for a safety car there. Like a big crash for Stevens into the wall and a safety car triggered. So it seems we're going to have to set up a 4th place here unless something miraculous happens in the final 10 laps of this Grand Prix. Vettel will not leave me alone, and the gap to Raikkonen up to 6 seconds. It's a driver rejoining there, and it's a lapped Nico Rosberg. He's a whole lap down on his teammate. Oh my god. How many laps down is Gutierrez? He's got to be about 4 laps down on the race leader by this point. As I lap once again, the Mexican. The gap suddenly to Sebastian Vettel is 4.5, and we're pulling away a second a lap. So I'm not sure what happened to Vettel, but he's really dropped off the pace. Maybe a car issue. As we're into the final 5 laps now, what the heck is Wehrlein doing? Off the track he went. 3.9 to Raikkonen now. I think it's just because of the traffic, though, in the middle sector really holding him up. Don't think we're faster than him. And we're in the final 3 laps. Everything really has simmered down here. No epic finale today. As we start lap 70, the final lap of the Grand Prix. And Alonso claims victory here and takes the championship lead, leading home a Mercedes 1-2. And as we round the final corner for the final time, it's going to be Lotus 3 and 4 with Raikkonen ahead of teammate James Early, who will cross the line in 4th place. It's Alonso domination, just like it was right at the start of the season. Hamilton is second with Raikkonen completing the podium. Early finishes 50 seconds off the race lead. And then it's Sebastian Vettel, Max Verstappen a lap down, and so is Sergio Perez. Then 2 laps down for Kubica, Hülkenberg and Rosberg all scoring points. Really, the top 5 so far clear of the rest of the grid in this race. Magnussen and Bianchi just miss out on points. Will Stevens was involved in that incident with Max Verstappen late on in the race. He finishes 13th ahead of Ericsson, Nasser, Wehrlein, Van Dorn and Gutierrez. All of those drivers 4 laps down. And we had 4 retirements. Daniel Ricciardo, Carlos Sainz, Valtteri Bottas and Will Power retired on the opening lap of the race. In the Drivers' Championship, we are still 3rd position and 42 points off the lead. Alonso has taken that lead and is 11 points clear of Sebastian Vettel. Kimi Raikkonen only 12 points behind his teammate James Early now. And Lewis Hamilton only 57 points off the championship lead. So it is a 5-way battle with however many races we have left. I think 9 races to go. It's a 5-way fight for the championship. Hülkenberg scored a 9th place finish here today, so he's doubled his points tally for the season and remains in 15th place. In the Constructors' Championship, it is Mercedes extending their lead ahead of Lotus, with Red Bull in 3rd place, fighting with one hand behind their back as Nico Rosberg's performances really have not been up to scratch. Benetton's points here today extend their lead over Haas, Sauber and Williams, who have all yet to score points so far this year. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed that video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Goodbye.